Cuties. Welcome all over the world, the DuoQ community, to the DuoQ podcast with me and your co-host, Alexis, and special guest, Elizabeth Marchini, is joining us today after the holidays.
That's not how you say it.
Very close. Very close. It's Marchini.
Can you believe this?
And now
this fucking... She's literally half Italian. She's literally Italian. She's literally Italian, by the way.
Good.
And honestly, and this is a moment for all of us collectively around the world to be like, oh, I've been saying it wrong. And for the queen herself to correct me and the rest of us who thought it was Marchini, like martini, but with the little chi.
Yeah.
With a little chi to
Right.
it. It's Marchini.
Marchini, yeah. Like gnocchi.
But in my head, this whole time I've said Marchini. So if you
Everyone
want, I can
has.
come to your house, give you a gun in GTA, and you can shoot me in the head with a gun in GTA 5.
No, I think you should give her $1 million.
I prefer the $1 million, yeah.
If I had that, I would present that to you currently.
Can we point something out really quick?
Yeah.
All tres of us, Forbes 30 under 30 recipients. Can we?
Oh, wow! We all have like different years too. We all like came in like...
Yes, we were all different years.
Yeah.
Wow, that's actually
Oh my
so
God,
cute.
fun.
I love that.
So cunty. That's the cuntiest thing I've heard all week. I can't lie.
yeah. Wow.
Liz, I have an intro question just to start light.
Okay.
Here, just to start light.
Okay.
And feel free to gag me and clock my tea on this, right? But what were your thoughts on John Cena retiring?
Okay. The background for this is I was the biggest John Cena fan growing up. Like had a crush on him, had this towel that like I was like it was like the most beat up towel, but I loved him. I am of the belief that was like the perfect way for him to retire. He needed to retire.
Yeah.
He's older. He has his own thing. Like he's been kind of like quiet quitting for a while.
Yeah.
The guy he put over was Gunther, is a really awesome guy, and like kind of like deserves that moment. John is someone who also like has consistently gotten, we call it like the golden shovel, where like he like when in his prime, like if you worked with him, you wouldn't get a push, you would just be like buried, like it wouldn't work out. So for his final moment to be like, I'm passing it along, my time is up now, his time is out, the time is up, I know my time, like I'm content with this, I think was like a really, really beautiful moment. And I think also people were like, oh, it was so bad. Who the hell do you think chose that finish, y'all? Like you don't think John was like, oh yeah, I
Put
guess
so
you
much
do
thought
whatever you
into
want.
it, surely.
Yeah,
Come
like,
on, like
I thought it was a really, really beautiful way to just kind of like the old guard to the new guard, because Gunther is considered like the best wrestler we have right now in almost all of wrestling in WWE for sure. But it was always going to be Gunther from the very beginning. We knew there literally could be no one else. So I thought it was perfect. Like it was heartbreaking, and that was the point, right? Like it hurt to see him tap out.
Everyone
Tears
that
were
I've asked
shed.
about it has literally been like, yeah, I cried.
Yo, I
watching.
saw him.
Every
I
single
like
day.
because I remember I looked down because like it was part of this like bit. He was like getting out. I looked down at my phone and I hear the bell ring. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean the bell just rung? And like I look up and I see that like he's out, but he's fine, right? He's like accepted his fate. I saw later that he did like this little like smile and everything like that. I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was a brilliant way to end it. And also my favorite part was Michael Cole, who's called so many of his matches. His final call for it was, ladies and gentlemen, today is the day that wrestling killed sports entertainment, which is like just the perfect, like, literally probably the best thing he's ever said. Like,
Yeah.
brilliant. And so I loved it. It's obviously it's super, super sad. But yeah, it's time. He had to move on. It's time to move on.
I have a follow-up.
Okay.
For people who aren't stans of wrestling but are stans of Valorant,
Yes.
who would you put as an equivalent if like someone from Valorant retired? Like how would you put John Cena retiring in Valorant terms?
You can't. Not right now.
really? Can you
don't
make
think
a
Wait,
like
there's no one at that level.
composite of players together to create the John Cena Valorant equivalent of the situation?
Well, I would throw it back to you. Like 20 years of working in the business, the most championships ever won, always consistently incredible, the most Make-A-Wish wishes ever given.
Oh my
period.
God,
20
yeah.
like,
You have to consider that, yeah.
like
He's the goat.
he's so much more than just like John Cena, the WWE wrestler, the kind of like behemoth he has become. Like he was part of their like movie initiative too, you know, like in the beginning. It's kind of, there's never going to be another one like him at all.
He's been in a lot of movies.
He's done a lot. He
Yeah.
was like in one called The Marine like a really long time ago. And that was like the first like WWE like studio. It was not the first one, but it was, like I think. But I don't think you can right now at this point call it. I think if you were to do the closest in esports in general would be Faker.
The closest.
Oh wow!
But
And that's
and
but
even then,
Faker's
he'd have to
still,
be
like,
going
got
for
it.
like 3 times the time and
Yeah.
just be like I think the thing with John Cena, he feels like I'm someone that is not super like into wrestling just because I just haven't been exposed to it. But I know John Cena. He seems so much like a bigger than life person. Like it honestly doesn't make sense to me how you can be that exceptional when you're already in WWE wrestling, and wrestling is super over the top and dramatic already. And I feel like his character is already like always coming through. Bro, like look at the John Cena meme of him being invisible. Like, girl, a 6-year-old right now could tell you that meme.
No,
and they
but,
don't
like,
even know
everyone
wrestling.
knows
They don't know
that
ball.
bit.
Oh my god, you
yeah.
guys! He almost got fired too. Like way in the beginning, like he wasn't catching steam, right? Like he wasn't catching a lot of heat. Like nothing was happening. And tells his story where it was like I think it was him and Rey Mysterio were in the background of a back of a tour bus, and John can rap. He can freestyle. And
The
so, like,
concept
Stephanie,
of saying John, like I always hear his name is John Cena, and
That's
just the
Johnny.
concept of him being switched to John is killing me. I'm sorry.
also like he's also like sidebar. He's one of like few wrestlers like goes by his given name. Like his name is John.
his
That is
actual
his real name.
name.
Oh,
That's
okay.
his actual name is John
That's
Cena.
wild.
Tea.
That's crazy.
But apparently Stephanie McMahon has a story where like John like wasn't doing well and like wasn't super duper popular, but then she heard him freestyling in the back with Rey Mysterio, another incredible wrestler. And she was like, "What was that?" And then like his like gimmick kind of like changed, and he caught wind, and like it's he has such a like he's kind of the epitome of wrestling. And it's something I think we always forget about John. Sorry to get my high horse. Is he's always been so technically good, and people don't give him enough credit for that. He's always been that. He sells well. He protects his opponents well. Like, and so it's really really hard to find an esports equivalent of all of this. Is he a perfect person? God, no. But like,
But who
I think
is
it's
at this point?
he is. I can't think even in like not our lifetimes after this will be anyone like him. Genuinely.
Wow.
God,
Wow.
yeah.
I mean, just wow. Like you hit her with first. Like, can I frame this? And by we I mean I hit her with the last name clock. Like she had to clock me immediately 2 minutes into the pod. Then boom, right after hitting her with. Oh, by the way, John Cena's retirement. Let's discuss. Very emotionally charged first, like 10 minutes, 15 minutes of the pod here. Just, I'm not sure if you were really prepared for that, Liz, but that's kind of what we're working with right now. Just wanted to like let you know.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Liz, I would like to discuss your journey getting into esports, becoming from theater kid to working with the squirts, being on the analyst desk, being a host, being an interviewer for
To being
Valorant.
a champs and React Andying. Cannot forget that iconic moment. Sorry, I just wanted to include that.
That iconic moment. How did you go from theater kid to esports journalist to working with Riot?
Well, Theater Kids started because I was a ballerina and then I broke my back and I still wanted attention. Just call it what it is.
So real and period.
Call it what
and
it is.
period.
I like the stage. I like the feeling of it. And so in 8th grade, I started doing theater, became like the theater kid in high school. And then I had like a talk with my parents, and they were like, we don't think you should pursue this professionally. And they were right. Like I couldn't handle it. So I went to college for political science.
That's Twinum with Lexi. That's Twinum.
Was getting my degree in that. And in my junior year of college, as a joke, I started a TikTok. And this TikTok, through 2019 into 2021, at my peak, I had 1.2 million followers.
People don't know this lore, by the way. I didn't know
I
this
know.
lore until
No,
like when we
people
met in
don't know it.
person. I didn't know this lore.
Yeah.
You're literally TikTok famous.
I was
Like,
I was also like, I don't know. I was not fucking. Sorry, I was not funny at all. Like I look back at my stuff. I'm
you
like,
can cuss.
Bitch.
but I don't like to look like be like mean to my past self because like she was having fun and she was doing that, but I was not
True.
funny whatsoever. But like
Okay,
people
that's not fair. I watched your
latched
TikToks. You
onto
showed
it.
me them, and they were funny. I don't care. I thought they were funny.
But I did that, and then in January 2021, kind of like late 2020, early 2021, I really, really, really struggled with my mental health because of that, and because of just like the attention and the pressure I felt, and it kind of turned. I have OCD, and kind of the paranoia with the OCD got really, really, really bad. I've never been this actually spoken about it like that. Wow. Okay. But it is what it is. Like I was not. I was like vomiting bile. Like I've spoken publicly about like wanting to end my life, like stuff like that. And that was that period. So I quit. I was like, this is clearly not the move. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. Finished my degree in May 2021. But during that time in like 2020, 2021, I like got back into gaming and got into esports. And my friend Brian, he knew I was struggling in January, and he was like, I want you to play this new game called Valorant with me. And I was like, no.
Oh, never mind.
It took him
Never
3
mind.
weeks to convince me to play it. 3 weeks. And I was like, okay, fine, I'll give it a shot. And I did, and that was like the moment that like changed my life. I couldn't stop playing it.
Do you remember the first agent you played?
KJ.
Ooh.
And all of us
that's
being
the
KJ
one.
players now. Forbes
First map I
30
played was
30,
Split.
KJ players.
Yep. It was I used to there's a clip somewhere buried. I used to walk around ADS with a Spectre. Like because like
It's giving
yeah.
Call of Duty,
Me
frankly.
too, babe. Me too.
And so like but because I was a console gamer, like I played Fortnite. I was like I had just finished Mafia Definitive Edition, like
Love
this was, like,
Mafia. Love that down. I love that you've played that game.
I have Mafia Old Country and I still have to continue on my computer. Ugh, Mafia.
Period.
Italians.
Love,
but,
period.
I liked it, so I got into the esport as well. And I got into around like that like same kind of like time I was watching like this sounds weird, but like it's true, like the only thing that was like really granting me peace was like watching YouTube videos, and there were certain YouTube channels, including the Score Esports, that did that. And I remember like I graduated college, and kind of like when Lexi knows this, when you're on the poli sci track, it's either you teach or you become a lawyer. Like are kind of like the two tracks you have.
That
after
makes sense.
And I was like, I don't want to do either. And I was like, okay, I guess like if I had to do one, I'll go to like I'll take the LSAT, I'll go to law school, like whatever, right? But I remember my power went out in July, so I went to like a random coffee shop to like start
Coffee.
applying to jobs.
Sorry, I had to gag like a little. Like, that
Don't-
was like
don't
I love
gag
that.
the
No,
accent.
like I'm gonna like I love it. That's why. Like that was like so intense that it like I was like, oh wait, she has that. she has that. No, because
The thing is,
sorry,
I didn't
continue.
have it. I went to college in near
What do you mean you
Philadelphia,
didn't
and I
have
gained
it?
the accent. Like that's what I like.
That's
I
crazy that you didn't have it beforehand.
I know. I
don't
like,
believe
'cause,
you.
like, but we had like the one thing we have in like where I'm from is like mountain, like the
Yeah.
like the guttural mid Atlantic like NT. But like in certain things like that, and like kind of water, kind of like we don't call it a bagel, it's a bagel, right? Like
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm getting jump scared. This is like the East. This is really that like East Coast accent. Like this is something I'm not. I mean, I just don't hear it too often. This is.
and then I guess I just
sorry.
tried to gain like some sort of identity from that, and then like just gain an accent. But I applied. I was in that coffee shop. Sorry to go off course. And I
No, I
applied to-
literally made you go, of course. You're good.
I just started applying to like just random esports jobs because I could, and I just was like, you know what, just give it one shot. I was applying to like 100 these like manager jobs. Like I was going to like teams I knew, and I was like, what do they have open? And I was like, what if like the Score has like a position open? Like what are the odds? And the odds were they did. They had a writer position open, and I applied to that, and then started working there. And I remember like I was like, I don't want to be on camera anymore because of like the trauma of TikTok that it was. And
Valid.
and they like remember 2 days later like, hey, do you want to be an on camera host? And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Like totally fine.
Yeah.
And so I did it. And yeah, I guess like from there just keeping on with that. And then I vividly remember that Mel, you are involved in this story and you don't know how. I was sitting with Lyka watching Champs, and basically in LA Champs 2023, for those of you who weren't there, the analyst desk was like in the arena, like in the stands kind of, and Mel was on the desk, and I remember like Mel was wearing this like white satin shirt.
I remember the shirt. I still have it.
And
It's a great
because it was like they keep the arena like pretty dark at these events, and I remember like it caught my eye, so I looked over and I saw them like all getting ready to talk on the analyst desk, and I just watched them doing that, and I was like, I want to do that. Like I want to do that, and I like remember like I think you could talk to Leica, and I was like I want to do that. Like, and she's like, yeah, you could, you know. Um, and then the reaction cam happened, which everyone thinks. If I can say, everyone thinks I was drunk, dead sober. I had a
That's just
margarita
a
in
theater
my hand,
kid.
but they were the most
That's just.
watery. I'm an Italian theater kid from New Jersey. You want me to sit in
Hang
my
on,
hands and like be like,
I'm pulling up a screen share. Tap in.
oh no.
I had these all pulled up already. Don't worry.
Thank you. I was like literally thinking in my head, Lexi, like if only we had a screen share of this exact moment, like play the footage, like
Oh my god.
if you know,
I think
you
she's
know.
like on her phone
This
next
one's
to me.
my fave.
I love
I
that
think
one.
she's talking
Yes.
to Nicole about something.
Oh, probably. Yeah. But yeah, this iconic ass moment.
Wow.
But yeah, and I think also like just being there and being in the esport and like being a part of it, like I was like, I want to commit to this. I want to commit to this community even more. And that was August 2023. And so I reached out to other talent, other people to be like, how do I do this? And they were like, you need to like build up something beyond just like what you have on the score. So I did the Psycho Cup and I did the Placidium, which were both marginalized gender events for League and Valorant, or Valorant League respectively. And then the call came, and voila, here we are now, almost about 2 years later, coming through.
Period.
Wow.
I have a question. Feel free to not want to answer this,
Okay.
but I'm curious. Like, what was it like trying to kind of heal your relationship with being on camera from your TikTok to being on the score? Like, was there like a rough transition trying to be back on camera, or did it feel really natural?
I was really nervous about it. Coming in, I was new, the like there are the Dimitris, like, and Devin, who was a beloved host, had just left. And I had been told like he was a beloved host, like, and Colin was also beloved. And so it was
filling
like,
those shoes is a lot.
yeah, and I was really nervous, and like I was 20 turning 22. 2023, sorry.
You little baby.
I was young. I was really young. I just graduated college, like, and this was no longer on my terms. Like when you have your own TikTok, it's on your terms.
Mm-hmm.
And so this was like, I am a part of the corporate machine entity, which is fine, and I can be my personality and let me like show it. But like you are a part of a bigger machine. And it was, I remember like the day he asked me, like work ended, and I sat with myself, and I think I talked to my mom about it. I was like, I don't know if this is the right choice. And she was like, well, why don't you want to do it? And I couldn't come up with a concrete answer besides like, I'm nervous. And I think because it was from like January, and that was like August, September, and I done so much. I'd been in therapy. I've been increasing medication. I've been doing like exposure therapy. Stuff like that. I'd done a lot of work in that amount of time. And it was hard. It was so fucking hard, but it was good work. And I think it continued even when I was hosting. Like it wasn't like a perfect relationship when I started, but it definitely, I worked on it, and I'm still working on it to this day. But I had done so much work in like a small months amount of time that I think I was able to, and like working with like medical professionals to like help me get to a point where not only could I function as a normal human, but also could function as a person who is public. And I limited my interaction with stuff, and now obviously it's changed in how I do it, but keeping up with those safeguards and boundaries in the beginning were super duper important.
Do you have any like tidbits from that you are able to share, like that aren't like super like personal? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like I'm not trying to have you. I don't want you to feel like you have to share it. Is more my point. But if there's any like tidbits that you think could help anyone watching this out there that is kind of uncomfortable on camera, or even me or us, or honestly, I have my moments too. So I'd love to hear what worked for you if you can share.
I think the one thing I'll say is like just reflect on yourself, and like I personally, maybe it's the ADHD, I'm not like staring at the person I'm watching, right? I'm not literally just like, yes, okay, let me see, like like that's not how I operate,
you.
right? Like I'll go to another tab, I'll listen to you, right? It's something that I learned in theater when like I would make a mistake, and I would be like, oh my god, I can't believe I did that on stage, blah, 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 and then be like Liz, like nobody cares about you that much on stage. And kind of like keeping that mentality. Like they care, right? Like if you drop the prop, you pick it up, right? But a lot of people are, and rightly, concerned with themselves and how they're interpreting information, how they're interpreting what they're seeing. If they are going to make calls on you or judgments on you, it's going to be extremely surface level and most likely wrong. And so I think understanding that people don't care, and when they do, it's like not worth your energy, which is easier said than done, and still something I have to work on. Definitely focusing on that people don't care that much. Like I always have like a video playing, and I'm like on my phone, I'm reading a book, I'm doing something. Like I think when you realize how people consume media, even with movies, people are like distracted, right? Like it's like even that's like the medium you need to watch and like pay attention
to like focus
to.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, like but even for example your streams, right? Like I'm like not watching your faces on streams, right? If you say something and like I want to see your reaction, I'll look over, but like I'm watching your gameplay, or like I'm looking at chat, I'm looking at the other tab. Like there's so much else to be focused on. And I think when you decenter yourself from that, and I think it's really hard to do that, because when you center yourself, you're protecting yourself, right? You're like, how can I protect myself from these people, from these moments? But when you kind of take yourself out of that and you stop circling the drain, it's really like you understand that it's no one's really that concerned with you. And it's actually kind of a freeing thing just to be like, and Mel, I love you. Just as an example, I've said publicly many times how to pronounce my last name. She didn't know, right? Because I'm not the center of her life. Right? She is doing other things.
But the reason that I knew is because you are the center of my life.
Yes.
So
yeah. My deepest apologies. Truly, my actual deepest apologies. In my brain, like I literally just have you as LIZ. Like literally my brain somewhere. Like on my phone, on Discord, like everything is just LIZ. I don't even think like hello. Like why
There's
am
a whole
I not
last
even
name.
thinking that? There's a whole other thing there. Well, and I'm telling you, that is so gaggy, and I'm glad I know how to pronounce your last name properly now.
Thank you. But like again, like I'm not the center of your life, right? Just like, and you're not the center of my life, right? Like we all have things like are kind of like sorry,
Lexi's entire reality just shattering right in front of her after her confession, just fully shattered.
Like you think it more as kind of like the sun and like things orbiting around it, like planets orbiting around the system. There's so much going on and so much paying attention to. It all works in unison, all works in harmony, but there is more stuff happening than just this one big entity. And I think when you again decenter yourself, it's really, really helpful, because then it just takes the pressure off and you can just kind of be yourself.
I find that us being Twinum, go ahead, you first.
I must say that whatever work you did was really great, because I don't think I've ever seen you in a video, on stage, on camera, where you didn't seem like perfectly natural and comfortable doing what you're doing.
That's crazy, because I have huge stage fright still. Is that crazy?
It does not come across. It really doesn't.
Watch my
Literally, you at Red Bull Homegrounds?
No, hit the strut. No, hit the strut. Hit it. No, because
Like, what are you talking about?
But I like, in my head, that moment, I was like, I was making a choice because I was late and like the call came and I was like,
that was so cunty.
Thank you. Like I genuinely appreciate that, because in my head I was like, Elizabeth, you have made the exact wrong choice. Like I was so mad at myself in that moment for making that choice. And like even if you go back to my first America's bits, you can see my hands shaking on stage with a card. My knees still kind of like shake on stage. It's something that I've definitely like worked on, and it has come easier over time. But I think I'm just a naturally very anxious person, and so it kind of just comes through. It definitely has like things like I have this like weird prep I do where like I have to stand up and show it. I don't know, but like if you ever come to an America's match, you're gonna see me do this a lot, and it's how I calm myself down.
I've seen you do that.
Oh, yeah. Wait, I have seen that.
Like that's because it's like I don't know why, but like I touch the ball with my foot repeatedly like that, it like centers me and calms me down.
Aww.
But like it's something I always have to do, because otherwise I'm like, but yeah. Also, fake it till you make it. That's a real way of doing it.
Period.
Wow. So decentering
what were you
yourself
gonna say,
and
Mel?
fake it till you make it. What was I gonna say? This head is empty, Queen. Frankly,
this
it's
is why
empty
you go
and there's
first,
transient
because
thoughts.
there's a good chance I'll remember.
What were we talking about?
I was talking about how
she
to
was
be
talking about her
easier on
journey.
camera.
Oh yeah. No,
Yeah.
I was gonna say like, I was a +1 vouch to the decentering yourself advice, because I have found myself like doing that like ever since I was on the analyst desk, like my first gig. Like, I think that was some of the first advice I got, and it was like, you hear it all the time. It's just, dude, at the end of the day, like not every single person is literally zoomed in on every single thing you're gonna say. No one's fact checking every single little thing. No one's seeing exactly what you're doing. Like, it's not that deep. Like you said, Liz, like sometimes people literally have it up on another tab. It's on a different monitor. They're not even looking. They're just like listening.
Some
so
people see
like,
the analyst desk, they fucking mute the stream.
they mute time to go take a piss. You know what I'm saying?
No, literally. Oh, this is where I get a snack and I don't listen to these people. Literally.
Right. And it's like, for those that do, you know, here's your content, you know, enjoy. And even the people that are listening, like I said, they're not picking up on literally everything, and they're not going to even judge you even. Like, there's 3 people on the screen. There's a graphic. There's a narrative being pushed. There's too much going on for anyone to be like, oh, her lip quivered for 3 seconds. Yeah, like literally. She stuttered. Like, no one cares. And that's like the beauty of it. So I just wanted to really +1 that, to be honest.
Yeah. Since we're talking about your incredible success in life, I want to ask, like, is there anything that you attribute your incredible success, specifically over like the last 2 years, and like being able to be on the esports broadcast and like being able to work with Riot? Like, is there anything that you're like, wow, this really helped me a lot, or like, you know, this person was such a great influence on me, or like anything that you attribute your success?
Lyka was the person that pushed me to do it. Lyka was like, yeah, you can do it. Like, I'll support you. And then, like, obviously you can do it. Like, I see you up there. And I think having, because Lyka, like, for those of you who don't know, Lyka's the most, like, matter of fact, no bullshit. Like,
yes. Lyka would tell you if you couldn't
she would
do
straight
it.
up, she'd be like, no, maybe it's like, not now. Like, don't do it now. I don't
Maybe let's do something else.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And she wouldn't sugarcoat it. But she was like, yeah, do it. And when I had her vouch, and I think at one point I also, like, stalled. I was like, oh, I don't know if I should do it. She was like, do it. And, like, I think, like, having that was definitely, I needed, again, as like a very anxious and like frankly like not confident person, like having that, like, you know, like engine kind of boost in the background from her was super duper important, because I don't know if I would have made that post, would have done anything like that, and been putting myself out there, because I was terrified, you know, I was scared. I like don't like doing things that I don't know the ending to. And putting myself out there and like just waiting is a scary thing.
Yeah, girl.
But yeah, I would say Miss Lyka.
For those that don't know,
we love Lyka.
Lyka is like, the crazy moment here is like the fact, like, Lyka, like, we're all interconnected through Lyka as well. Like, Lyka is SRG's manager, but also I remember, because weren't we? I can't remember. Were we all in the same hotel?
We were. I mean, like a
so me, we were hanging out like a lot. I remember very vividly 2 times we were hanging out. One was on the pier, but this is at Champs, by the way. In August, we were hanging out at the pier, and we were hanging out in front of the hotel, just doing whack ass shit. I don't know if you remember that part. I think I was dancing at one point. Don't know how that happened, but. Like, the fact that, like, Lyka, like, is spiritually in the room, like, make room in the Discord for her spirit, because she's here with us. I feel her presence right now. Here. She is.
I would say it's from her, just kind of, she's just, like, the definition of just earnest and real.
Mm-hmm.
And so.
For sure.
You know, I would trust literally anything she says, genuinely.
Yeah.
She's, like.
She's a queen.
I didn't really understand the, like, oh, if that person told me to jump off a bridge, I'd do it, until she came around. Like, genuinely, I didn't believe in people like that until she came around, and like she just has the way she speaks, the way she understands things, which is why she's your manager. She's brilliant. Everyone needs a Lyka in their life.
No, I think that's the value of having someone that's like brutally honest, because I think a lot of people will try to say things just to like sugarcoat and make, like, they're trying to fix, like, oh, I just want to make them feel better. But like, I feel like everyone could really value from one person just being so brutally honest, because like, the impact and the weight of that person's words, it means so much. Like, literally how I'm thinking about how you were describing it, she just said like, do it, and you felt like such conviction and confidence, versus like if she was always hyping you up to do literally anything, like, oh, girl, I'm gonna go down the bathroom, yes, like, it's like that person, like, when that person tells you, like, if you ask them what should I do with my life and should I go work here, and they're like yes, it's like, okay, that low-key didn't really help. It's not actually helping you like actualize what you need to do. And so having someone like that is genuinely like such a blessing. So y'all, be honest with your friends. Be honest. Be that person.
Such a long way. Because when it doesn't work out and they go, why didn't you tell me? And it's like, well, I didn't want to. Just say it, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, literally.
I love you, but is an acceptable way to start a sentence.
Yes, literally. So from your time working at VCT Americas or like other Valorant events like Red Bull that you've worked, I was wondering if there's any players that you've interviewed or worked with or talked to that you feel like would be a great fit on the analyst desk or like being on broadcast that you want to kind of nudge them in that direction that you've just scouted and been like, oh, they would be so good.
That's a really good question. I always say to them, they like all players should come on the desk because I think we'll like understand each other better. Like I think they understand us and what our process is, and then like I always say to them, like, we will never understand this game the level you do. Never. We can try as hard as we can. We will never get it. You just bring so much insight from like being your literal job. And so I want them to come in that and give that, but also like I feel like when they like sit with us and they sit in story meeting and they sit, when they in the green room, we ideate and talk about things and they understand the process and stuff like that. I think it kind of demystifies the desk and demystifies broadcast a little bit. But I would say obviously the joke is like he always says he can take our jobs, but like I think Finesse would be genuinely an incredible analyst. Like if you watch his streams, he is such a good orator and educator. Like with how he breaks down concepts and he doesn't care what level you're at. Like, so I remember like someone asked in his streams, like, what's defaulting? He's like, okay, yeah, defaulting, which for us is like a pretty basic concept, but like he just broke it down for them. No qualms about it. And that always really struck me. I think he would be excellent. But I don't know if he wants to do it. So, besides that, it's weird because it's like because every analyst like is different, right? Because like sometimes you have like you're a very like analytical, precise analyst, and if you're more kind of like pie in the sky, big idea analyst, sometimes you're brutally hard, like tough analysts. And so it's kind of like what for me, like the analyst like I think of as like like one of my favorites is Bala because he just called it like it was.
I love Bala.
I love, right? But he was so good. He was like, yeah, no, this is bad, right? Like he would just like call
He's
it.
literally being an electrical engineer right now. Can we
I
talk
know!
about that?
Yes, he's like changing the world. Like
You see,
I know.
He is the best. Also gave me a lot of encouragement to start as well. So we love Bala.
He's great.
But in terms of I wonder, I always want an IGL or a mid-rounder to be on the desk, any of them, because like sometimes like we'll like look at something and we'll be like, we don't know what you guys called. We don't know like who said that, why did you do that? And so we're like kind of like creating conjectures in a way. And so like I'll sit there and sometimes I'll look to like Bren or Josh, be like, what do we think happened there? Right. But I think having that insight, so maybe I would honestly, and I think he would add a lot. Boostio on the desk, I think would be incredible. Boostio, one of the kindest individuals. Period. He's always been so kind to me, and he's always been so kind to the fans.
He would be so funny.
So good. He calls
funny.
stuff out, and like, because sometimes dumb stuff happens. He's like, yeah, you shouldn't have done that. You should have done this, right? And he has the experience. He has that kind of je ne sais quoi and the presence of it. Another person,
je
I
ne
think
sais
would be.
quoi. Wait, translation, please. Sorry, I don't know what that means. Wait,
okay,
what
girl.
does that mean? I'm not kidding. Je
ne sais quoi is a French word for like this like it's like kind of like the OG aura. Like it's a certain je ne sais quoi, a certain aura.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Je ne sais quoi. Okay. Sorry.
This cannot be the first time you're hearing that. That cannot be real.
It's not the first time I'm hearing it, but I've never, like, I didn't want to pretend like I knew. Like, for a moment, I was like, should I pretend? But I was like, you know what? Let me drop the act. I feel like she knows what it means. She's just going to tell me if I ask.
Being honest,
so now I know.
Here.
No, today we're learning, no? Like, I'm really in a learning mood the past 40 minutes, so.
I think I was really impressed with Robbie BK's presence when I interviewed him.
Yeah.
Yes, me too. Because he was there when we were both there, and I talked to him a bit, and he has like a great personality.
Yeah,
like,
he's
he
like
would be
really
great on the desk.
present, and I obviously has a IGL background. He's now played in 2 different regions. Like I think he would be great. I'd love to see Nicole on the desk. I know she wouldn't do it.
Nicole tears.
I know she wouldn't do it. She'd be like, no.
No, you'd be surprised. I think she'd be more likely than you think now. Like,
okay,
truly.
because
truly.
I think she would be excellent. Like, I think she has like the way she would take up the space and like use like I think she'd be incredible. But yeah, I would say those were the people that immediately come to mind.
Can I put a shout out? Can I shout out? Well, first on Nicole, I think it'd be so good to see Nicole on the desk because I think like she would just like cut through with, I think she would just be no bullshit. Like, she would just analyze around and be like, this person did fucked up. Or obviously she wouldn't say that, but she'd be like, this was not the right play. Or this is a good play. Or this, I think she would like cut right through and just say it how it is. Like, a la Boostio. Allah, for those that don't know what Allah means. Je ne sais quoi, Allah, like, it's a polyglot podcast. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. Like, I don't know what to say. And the second
you guys speak any
being
other languages?
French.
No,
no, you don't.
We both just speak English. Don't let her fucking fool you.
I definitely don't. Yeah. Well, Lexi, you're learning Spanish though. Like, Lexi, I could, like, in my dreams, I see her fucking up some Spanish. Like, I'm not kidding.
I'm trying, but I'm very, very bare minimum right now.
You're doing it though.
But that's okay.
Good.
Slowly but surely.
True.
The only language I know is a dead language. It's Latin.
But that's so cool.
Am I gonna go to the Vatican and be like, no, mi participa en la like, and they're
Well,
like,
yes.
Well, yes.
Yes,
we don't even do
actually.
Latin mass anymore.
Oh. So
How do you
what
practice
now?
that even? Because who do you talk to?
It's not. So there's a small group of people that try to practice it spoken, but it's really written, and there's like some like spoken word competitions, like, and you like say a poem, and like, because like in Latin poems there's like a certain meter you have to scan like right, and so it's like they grade you in like how you got it right. But it's more just like reading like text and stuff like that.
Wait, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I have some quotes in Latin. Can I say them and you'll know what they mean? Or can I like quiz you or no?
Okay, maybe I haven't done it. I'm a little
Okay.
rusty,
Well,
I can
here's the
try.
problem. I just realized the issue is I don't know how to speak Latin. How am I gonna tell you what these even mean? So, I could give it my best shot.
Yeah.
Sic Parius Magna, and let me write this in Discord.
Sic
'cause
Parvis Magna?
Yeah.
It's greatness from small beginnings. My Uncharted fans know that one too. That's in the ring of Nathan.
Oh my god, that was.
Can I tell you my favorite quote in Latin?
Yes, please.
Forsan et haec olim inisse iuabit, which means perhaps one day it will be pleasing to remember even these things. It comes from the Aeneid, and basically, shit's going. Where's she going? We're squatting. So when stuff gets really, really bad, you say to yourself, "Hey, maybe one day we'll look back at this and we'll smile and we'll laugh." And it's like,
Wow.
yeah, and like that always, like, if I had to get a tattoo, I'd get that tattooed. I want everyone
Wow.
to. I want the person who's about to comment from the Aeneid, literally the next line being like, "And the guy who said this didn't even believe in what he was saying. We ignore that.
Oh,
We don't care about the next line."
I think I just busted a nut.
Like, I mean, you want to take a little bathroom break?
Oh my god, I might need to clean up. Type shit.
That was.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Thank you for sharing
You're so
that.
impressive, and I learned something new about you every day, even though I already knew that you knew Latin, but like, it's just like, hearing you say it just like make my heart beat. Oh my god.
I'll send you some Latin poems from time to time.
Oh my god, please do.
Some of them are kind of funny.
Goodness.
Dude. Wow.
Your
I'm just
Romans
like
were
so
funny.
overwhelmed with like
Wow.
just wow.
moving on.
Wait. I had one thing I did want to say.
Oh,
To
yes.
cap off on that segment, I was gonna say I think the person that could easily just work the desk forever if he wanted after his career is Valen. Like that guy.
yes.
He is taking
yeah.
over the desk the moment his
He's
career is
so
over if he
natural
wants
on the
to.
desk.
If he wants
He
to.
could take our jobs now. Like, it's, well, I remember watching it being like,
crazy.
oh, like there was like a pang of like, oh, we're done.
Oh, we're done for. Oh, we're fried.
He's
over.
so
Yeah.
naturally charismatic. Like, he's like makes you want to listen to what he's saying. You know, you trust what he's saying. He has everything with that. And
he's so young. I literally thought this guy was
Yes.
like 28 years old.
No.
He's a baby. He's
a
what,
child.
22?
He's a
That's a baby.
baby. Can you think, like, when we watch him like from when he was like literal teenager in the guard? Is that crazy?
Yes.
Oh, that's
Insane.
crazy.
I know. Now look at him. Oh my
He's a away baby.
He's a whittaway
But he's
baby.
super talented. He's great.
Wow.
Liz,
God. Yes.
do you have a dream event that you would want to be a part of the broadcast?
In Valorant?
Mm-hmm. Or just in general, not even in Valorant. You could say in Valorant or not in Valorant.
I think I just want to work an international one.
Mm.
No, I haven't done one yet. I would love to do GCC.
Oh my god, I was gonna say.
That, I went to a historically women's college, working GC, being the woman I am. and being surrounded by the
The
women that I am
iconic.
surrounded by, it would be that would be really, really, really important to me. But also, like, if there's ever an event in Newark, New Jersey,
Well, yes.
and I don't work that event,
Yes, girl.
I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yes,
Like,
girl.
oh my God. But I guess anything on the East Coast. Like, I think Red Bull, like New York Red Bull showed people like, oh, like we can show up here and we can have fun.
Yes.
And, like, we can have a good
need more
time.
New York events. Yes.
So, like, any like New York East Coast event, I think, I also think Toronto showed that as well. Like, Toronto is
Yes.
a really easily accessible place for people on the East Coast, thankfully.
Mm-hmm.
And so any East Coast event to rep my home a little bit, but also I think GCC for sure is definitely
Yeah.
the top.
No bias, you mean it? Or full
No,
bias?
I do mean it. I do. That would mean that would mean the world, genuinely. I was raised by
Can
a
I
Leo
tell
mother.
the duo cuties like how we first met at GCC in Berlin, the first one? Do you remember?
Did I? No.
Here's the tea. This was our first interaction with one another, okay? Liz was working the 2022 Berlin. She was a journalist for the Score at
Yes.
the time, and she was at our press conference, and we were doing one of our first press conferences, and I saw her, and I think I said to you, wow, you were like one of the most gorgeous people I've ever seen in my life, because, well, yes. And then we had a little back and forth conversation, press conference started, and then she just asked like the most insightful, original questions I've ever heard, and I was like, oh my God. So she's a baddie and she's good at her job and I'm kind of in love with her. And so I feel like every press conference after that, we kind of had like a little rapport and I was like, oh my God, I love this woman so much. And then we became mutuals and then the rest is history. And then we made sweet, sweet love right after that. So
You're my daughter.
Wow.
Hold on.
Oh,
then we hugged.
Good save.
that was good.
Yeah.
That was good.
Hold
Yes.
on. Dang. Oh my God. I can't believe Africa Flock. Forgot that was the first time. I feel like there's
Yeah.
been so much that's happened since then. I like can't even.
I know.
Dang. And I think Mel, the first time I met you, I vividly remember this because I remember like being like, how the fuck did I just fuck that up? You came out of the gym in the hotel in Champs.
Well, what's going on? Why don't I remember this? Well,
Because you remember, I'm
went
like,
to the
oh, hey,
gym?
Mel. And you went,
Wait, no. Wait. Sorry.
2023 Champs. You walk, I was,
We
and
were
I was
at
like,
the
oh,
same
like,
hotel.
we were at the same hotel. And I was like, oh, like us with me if you want to come say hi.
Exercising at that time.
You definitely were because you came out of the gym.
Oh, wait, no, I remember actually that was an era. I actually just remembered a picture I posted from back then. Wait, I was definitely in the gym, but I didn't remember going to the gym there. I literally have no recollection of this. What?
Yeah, I remember thinking to myself, I was like, I'm so awkward and dumb. Like,
No, so you were just like, hey, and I was like, hey.
you didn't recognize me. You're like, hey. Because I think you thought like maybe I was like a fan or something like that.
I'm the worst person on the planet. I'm just
And
gonna
I was like,
highlight
oh,
it.
it's, like, it's
I'm not a
Elizabeth. And you're like,
diva.
oh, hey. Still didn't really know who I was. Understandably, you were still like,
This is
I was
so
like, oh yeah, like I'm
tacky.
here with Lyka. Do you want to come say hi to her? I was like, there's someone you know. So you're not talking to this awkward woman in the hallway.
Oh, okay. Well, guys, with the context being, I didn't like recognize or really know Liz fully at the time. Like we met and we bonded at this event. Like let me
Yes.
be clear on that. Like we
Yes.
bonded. Like we were hanging out like consistently. And I remember being like, oh my God, I love Liz so much. Like she's so fun and awesome. But for context at the time, like imagine I'm just at like a Valorant event. I was like, wait, who is this person? Am I about to get jumped? What's going on?
Yeah.
Like
No,
that's the
I was like,
context.
hey, and you're like,
Wait, the way that I remember going to the gym. Well, who was I? What was going on? Wow. Love.
That's so funny.
Liz,
Oh my God.
I wanted to ask, I mean, you can include Valorant and non-Valorant stuff, but I just want to ask, what have you been up to this offseason? Obviously, we know you went to Red Bull Homeground and we're like
Yeah.
super cunty and like shredded and it was awesome. But like, if there's anything like even like non-Valorant related you want to share, like have there been any new hobbies or hobbies you have been doing this whole time that you've just been really like interested in and like going into, or like what's been up in your world?
I've been playing a lot more games besides Valorant. I think that's one thing I wanted to do the off season was like explore more and like play more games. My rule with Valorant is I do not play it unless I desire to, because I made my hobby my job and I don't want to grow to resent it. So only when I feel like the pull to play, I will play. I will stop when I stop. Like right now, like Deadlock's open right now, right? Like I've been playing, Road to Empress. I have Trails of the Sky and like my Steam Deck now, like I'm, going back to like kind of like my roots of where I used to play games. I'm learning. Um, thank God we're talking about Latin. I'm learning an auxiliary language called Esperanto.
I've heard of Esperanto.
It is so basically, Lexi, someone a really long time ago created a language, like
Literally from
made one up,
scratch.
like a la like Dracarys from Game of Thrones, but like
Okay.
because his idea, what is that? Dothraki, right? And,
Dothraki, yeah.
and then someone made that language up for Game of Thrones. Like it has its own grammar, syntax, etc. This guy did it in like very long time ago, and his idea was like, I want it to be a language that everyone can speak. Everyone can learn it. It's really easy for everyone to learn, except it really sucks at doing that. It has Germanic roots, Latin roots. Like it's not really good at doing what it's supposed to do.
They tried.
They tried. But when I started picking it up, it has a lot of Latin roots for me, and so it helps me keep my Latin up a little bit. And so I'm on a 70-day Duolingo streak. 71. No.
Gaggy.
So-
Damn, they got that shit on Duolingo. That's crazy.
They have High Valerian on Duolingo. I think
They
so- I think
actually
they-
have
Yeah.
like a Game of
Bitch,
Thrones language on
what?
Duolingo.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I found like a Discord where I can ask questions, and I have like I don't know where's it? I have a notebook, and my textbook is somewhere over there. But yeah, it's like I always like learning languages and like learning and stuff like that. But otherwise, besides that, I mean, kind of boring if I'm being honest.
That does not sound boring. That sounds super chill and fun. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Being able to
I was pretty
actually
burnt out.
play
I was definitely like, because I think
You worked a lot this year.
I worked a lot, and something I hadn't picked up on was my numbers. For like some of you guys know, I'm chronically ill. My numbers were getting bad, but I didn't have a blood test to see it. I just felt like really, really tired, and I felt like I couldn't just pick. I thought it was like, oh, because I'm working a lot, and then I got a blood test done in September, October. That's like, yeah. So like,
you need to chill.
you need to chill, right? And so, kind of like just going back to just only playing when I want to play. Reading the books I wanted to read, etc.
Do you still play D&D, by the way? Can we play? Like, actually?
Yes, you want to play? I have my dice.
Lexi, you wanna play? Can we play?
I'm down.
I have my dice bag.
Shut up. No, wait,
Can you show us your favorite dice?
Yes.
Wait, you have some cunty
is
ones. I already
crazy.
know.
Okay, so I can show you my first one. This is my very, very first one. It's
Wait,
like
we can't see it.
Wrong camera. For Discord. Yeah,
It's
there you go.
it's back here. It's a like you can see it's really worn, like a
Oh,
purple one.
That's
My
so
favorite one. I have always really loved the moon. And so there's this one I have. It's plastic, but it's 20 is a moon.
That is so sick.
So, but this is the bag I keep it in because it organizes all of the.
Oh my god,
Oh
you
my
have
god, it's like an
hundreds.
organized
Yeah.
bag.
Whoa.
That's
I'm what
really
they call a dice goblin.
cute.
Like,
I love that bag.
Me too.
Oh my god.
and
Lord,
I also have some Gengar dice I got from my friend in here. But yeah, if you guys, I've been wanting to like
No.
DM a campaign, and I'm so down to.
no,
We need a
Sarah is
DM.
literally no. Like, here's the lore. Like, Sarah really, really, really wants to play D&D as a squad and then put it on YouTube because she thinks we'd be able to retire off of it. Like, she's like, wait, I think the whole squad, like, we can get out. Like, we can do this. Like,
You've been an
we can
excellent table.
literally do that.
I really want to. I got really into. This is making me so nerdy because I've been getting back into TTRPGs. Watching a actual play of a different TTRPG called Vampire the Masquerade.
I love Vampire the Masquerade, the game. Wait, what?
But there's a
Stop.
TTRPG, and
There
there's
is?
an actual play of it called LA by Night, and it's just like, and they have like
Oh
a
my
different
God.
system of how they do stuff. And everyone's like vampires and stuff, and I've just been watching it, and I'm like, there's this one guy on it who his name's Alexander Ward. He plays someone named Jasper, and like dead ass, I'm not even kidding.
Jasper.
Right? It's like such a classic name.
That's so funny.
And the girl he's like talking to, and like it has a love interest name is Eva. Like it's so like quintessential.
It's like
But he's like Alexander Ward is like I dead ass, and I'm not like trying to be like facetious or anything like that. Like top 10 performances of all time in anything.
Can you link this to me?
Yes,
I want to
absolutely.
watch this. Can I like trade you like a link? So
Yeah.
you link this to me. I'll link to you what I've been watching recently. I've been watching Dungeons and Drag Queens.
Yes!
Oh my god! The mic.
No, Brennan.
Ow.
Brennan is in LA by Night at
is
some
the go.
point.
I fear.
He's also
No.
DMing.
I want to watch Dungeons and Drag Queens.
Do you
I feel
want
left
to?
out.
It's really
I
good.
want to
No. Let me put
watch.
you on ball. Let me put you on game because I just started watching and I'm not even like really into D&D until recently. And I was like, oh my god, this makes me want to play like so bad. Sorry, go ahead.
No, but it's
I'm so excited.
Brennan is such a good DM. And he in that same stage he does something called Dimension 20, which is really, really good as well. But right now, he's DMing campaign 4 of Critical Role, which is like
wait, just for context, like double context here. One, like Lexi, Brendan, this guy that she's talking about, like literally one of the best of all time at DMing. Like number one of the
Fantastic.
goats.
He's so
Like
good.
one of the best storytellers. Number 2, like Dimension 20, I think like the main campaign they were running, they literally sold out like a stadium of them playing the game live. Like, and I'm saying like literally a stadium. Like literally sold out, tens of thousands of people were in attendance. I'm pretty sure. I hope I'm not like overestimating the numbers, but when I got a TikTok of it, I was like, wow, it was giving like a August 2023 champs. It was literally giving
it was
champs.
Oh my God.
Very
That's
similar.
crazy.
And then 3, they announced that he was DMing for Critical Role, which I would say is probably the most popular D&D campaign.
Yes.
You would say it was like thunderous, like standing applause, like standing ovation. People are so hyped for it.
And he's
my
so good.
goodness.
And it's nice
crazy.
because their DM, Matt Mercer, is also one of the best incredible
Amazing.
DMs.
Yeah.
Is now able to like be a player, which is really, really cool because he's been DMing for a decade at this point. I don't know, but like it's like oh my God. I have 2 Critical Role Funko Pops right
You
over
do?
there. I do.
Oh my God, I love that.
Let me get them. Oh God. Nerd time.
See, we're getting you into D&D, and
We're getting
I'm
into
also
D&D.
getting into it 'cause I've never
So
played. So
down.
we are twinning getting into D&D right now.
Okay. Oh my God. Wait,
done.
I also have my player handbook here. Oh my God.
No, like, should we? Can we actually like do this? Like, I'll
Yes,
message
absolutely.
her. Let's
I'm
get
down.
Karin in here. Let's get Nicole in here. We're
I
playing
have
D&D.
my player handbook. And then I have Vaxildon, who is
Oh,
my favorite
Vaxel.
character. And then I have Percy.
I love Percy. Percy's
Me
my favorite.
too.
Okay, wait, Lexi. By the way, this is a hit series on Amazon called what is it called? Her name is Vox Machina. Like
Vox
literally, you can
Machina,
watch this on Amazon and see if you like it. They literally they got an Amazon series.
And
Yes,
it's
it's
an animated series. But like the Critical Role is like
I have so much to catch up on.
you do.
I have
You
so much
do.
new
It's okay.
content
But
There's
to
so
watch.
much content to watch. But the thing is, like,
Oh my
you go from like,
gosh.
because I like Critical Role was my first one, right? Like Critical Role was like, and like that's I think that's kind of everyone's like gateway drug, if you will. But now I'm
Yeah.
like watching like LA by Night, and again like Alexander Ward putting on an incredible performance, like wanting me to play, that TTRPG now. Like you go and you explore these things. I'm in a Pathfinder campaign right now. Like really, it is just so much fun, and also you get to flirt with your friends and kiss them in RP.
If
Like,
you want, yeah.
if you want.
Sign.
Lexi.
That's what I knew that was gonna get you. You want to flirt with the homies? You want to kiss some villains?
Lexi's so
Boy, do I have the opportunity for you, Lexi.
I'm so excited. Wow, that sounds so fun.
Yeah, but I guess that's a hobby I've been getting back
Okay.
into. Is learning more. Like,
We got to do that.
Learning
So
more.
do you play this weekly still, or is it monthly, or like what's the
it's
schedule
monthly.
for you?
I would say
Dang,
the Pathfinder
you-
campaign is monthly,
how
but
are you
I want a weekly campaign so bad. Like I want one so.
It seems so hard.
bad.
Wait, you're like the fact, like how many people are in your campaign? If you don't mind me asking, like, who plays? Not who, but like how many? Like 5 people?
4 players, 1 GM.
Dude, it's a low key so hard to get 5 people to do one thing a
that are
month.
available for
month.
1 day a week.
Yeah. In esports.
No, unless the week.
Who wants
yeah.
who wants to schedule in this industry?
No.
Dude, if we got every esports person of a planner, a Hobonichi planner, a Google Calendar with fucking noties on, we would be like more progressed than like NASA. I'm not even kidding. We would be like all fucking rocket science equivalent. Like we would be incredible. Insane.
This is on my calendar here. Good to go.
Aww.
I'm an online calendar girly. I used to be a written calendar girly in college.
I go back and forth. I'm such a flip flopper. In college, I was also written. Like I had to write it down.
It was just so much easier to
I
be like,
loved a
oh, and you have an
planner.
assignment due here, then here, then here, then here, and you just like
Yes,
flip back
exactly. You
and forth.
could write down everything. Yeah, and it's also easy. Like if your professor like changes something to just like write it down again.
Yeah. Oh,
And
those are
update
the
it.
days. But now it's like meeting, scary.
Literally.
Wow, sorry, I'm like just so excited that we talked about D&D. Like I literally
Dude,
have that as my number
I
one
had no idea
question
you were
on
into
here.
it.
Well, here's a tea. Okay, first of all, any duo cuties that play D&D, show yourself now. This is your moment
All
to
right,
get
who
in
do
the
you main?
fucking
Who's your OC,
comments.
please?
Yes, that's number 1. Number 2, what was my number 2? I can't even remember something I just thought in my brain 2 seconds ago. How do I even
You
IGL?
need to write down every thought.
No.
No, seriously, write it down.
No, it's actually
write down
bad.
every single
wait,
thought.
I think I have it. I don't have it. Well, you
It's
know
okay.
what? It was a really good try. Anyway, oh yeah, it was just the duo cuties thing, really. Just guys, if you're interested in watching,
Just number 1.
in watching SRG, play D&D with Liz
Drop
literally
a like,
DMing.
slam that like button,
Please.
and comment down below.
No, because that could be the next SR content. Oh my God, no, we're gonna
would
be
be
taking. If there was an
good.
award at the end of the year, I promise you, SR get nominated for best content.
Oh,
because after the
yes.
Jeopardy,
Dude, yeah, you guys were 8 this year. You guys have always done really, really well, but especially this year was so,
this year
so
the
good.
the Jeopardy video was so funny. Oh my God, I love that.
Thanks. Yell me.
I was gonna ask, Liz. Wait, sorry. You can tell me to shut the fuck up challenge if you want, Lexi. If I'm asking too many questions, like go ahead. Like I don't know if
No.
you had some too. I was like, let me get some.
Go
yeah.
ahead.
I don't want to.
I'm not doing anything. I have a lip liner here. I'm here all day.
I was gonna ask. I asked a similar question to Yinzu, so I'm interested to get your perspective on it too. Of like, you know how pro players like they have a mechanic. There's so many mechanics in Valorant that you can like kind of quantify and like improve at. Like you can select it and individually hone that skill. So I was wondering for you, like with what you do, have you chosen anything in specific this year that you've like honed in on as a mechanic of like hosting or interviewing that's like I want to improve at this, and then you've improved it this year? Like can you kind of like bring us in there, like what it looks like improving at this aspect for us?
I think for me it was following up on stuff, because I kind of got like in my first tenure I like saw bits of it and saw things I was willing to do, and I kind of did more of like a playful thing. But I think now this year especially I wanted to make sure I got answers. I think, too many times in interviews, and I don't blame players for this at all. Like I'm asking you after a game that you have not gotten the chance to digest, right? For like, it's a tricky thing, and like a lot of people don't want to do it, and I totally understand that. It's an obligation. But I want to make sure that, because like I think interviewing is a really interesting job of like, you're the liaison between the broadcast, the players, and the community, and there's not really a role like that besides like maybe the stage host or desk host, excuse me. But and so I take that onus like really seriously, and so I want to make sure that with tact and with understanding, I get answers that I think would benefit everyone, right? Like I think the last one I did was, I remember I was watching Zoe interview Dre, and Dre like very skillfully dodged the question whether he meant to or not. He like something about like, was Dre gonna compete after this, after like he subbed in for Leeds, and he just kind of went around it, and I like literally for weeks held on to that, made sure I requested him, and I was like, you dodged that question, sir, and I wanted to get the answer out of him and stuff like that. I think that is something I have really honed in on, and I don't know if it's become like a signature or anything like that, but it's definitely like, I definitely will always like follow up and try to get an answer for you. And the answer could be, again, no, I'm not going to answer that, and that's fine, but I will try. And I think I definitely worked on that this year, and kind of finding my way of doing that. Also, like just kind of reading people. Again, in like the last 24, excuse me, I got pretty good at like understanding like how people speak and like body language and stuff like that, and like how people answer things. Everyone's different. And so like you have to like work with everyone differently. And so just kind of, treating everyone as like an individual entity and kind of working with them, and what is the best way to talk to them, get an answer from them, how do we make them as comfortable as possible, kind of doing all of that. I think I definitely did this year as well and improved on. And there's always so much more to improve on, but I would say those two things I worked really, really hard on.
I mean, it shows. I think whenever I see your interviews, it's like very like conversational even. And I think that, you can correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like that natural back and forth is kind of what interviewers try to like get to and achieve, and like that follow-up. So I think it comes across really well in your interviews, at least for me when I'm watching. So I love that.
You're also just very easy to talk to in general as well. Just as a person, you're like, you make everyone so comfortable. I remember at LA Champs, we were literally walking to the venue, and then there was this guy with like a wrestling shirt. You just went over to him, had a 5-minute whole conversation with him about wrestling. I'm just like, how do you even do that? Like, that's crazy. Like, you're just so easy and conversational. No, literally, like the CEO. Like, I went to Extrovert City and they knew you. Like, literally, everyone knew you.
Like,
do we believe that?
That just can't be true.
Like,
I don't believe
get
you.
Like in here.
But like,
need to
I
get
feel like
her
I have
here.
like bursts and moments, and like especially when I'm on broadcast, I'm very like huzzah, you know what I mean? Like I'm very present, I'm very in the moment. But after broadcast, like I'm exhausted, and I like don't want to speak to anyone, and like I
Yeah.
love,
Valid.
especially
No, that was
love my
literally us
alone
in the
time.
hotel room
Oh,
after we would work, and we would just sit in silence and eat
Yep.
and just chill. Oh my god.
The way that I love
Both
we
of our social
got like a
battery
glimpse
is
of that
gone.
in your vlog. I remember like we definitely got a glimpse of you guys
Yes.
just chilling in the room, just doing random shit. I
yeah.
loved that. By
Like
the
it's
way,
the
I love
recharge time.
that.
I think it's kind of gotten older too. Like it's just
Yeah.
something I've definitely needed. Like I don't want to go out at all anymore. Like which is such a change from like me in the
No,
past.
no more
Like,
clurbs.
no more clubs.
We're not
No
in
more
the club.
But even like I you know for me like I remember Toronto I went out to get drinks with people like just talk afterwards. I went home at 12:30 and I was like, "Oh, what a late night."
I know.
And meanwhile like I know
literally.
the after party is happening. I know everything's happening. I'm just like, "Oh, doing my face mask." I'm like, "Oh, good work today, Liz. You talk
Yes.
so much." Like,
Yes, girl.
but I definitely especially this year have gotten a lot more um introverted and like cherishing my like recharge time and my alone time. I don't know why though. I couldn't put a finger on it, but it's definitely something I've like morphed into, I guess.
Same. I feel like I've definitely had a bigger focus on that this year. I think because like something we're all relating to right now is just burnout and just like really feeling that.
Yeah.
Like you have no choice but to like really look at your schedule and be like, okay, I need to make time for myself and things that are not related to my job whatsoever. I was gonna ask because you did come from like such a like a viewer experience and then into the journalist where you're like hyper analyzing kind of like from the outside what was going on. If there's anything you want to share from someone that now has a behind the scenes look, like whenever you're working the desk or a talent, you see so much more of like what's going on with the teams and the players and like kind of like the effort that's put in and like just you just see everything mostly whenever you're
Yeah.
working on like a broadcast that you don't see when you're even away from it, even if you are someone that hyperanalyzes it from the outside. Is there anything you want to like share that you kind of wish people knew or people things that maybe you just don't think people even know about like at all or have even considered from working like kind of BTS of teams of players of like anything?
Um, and from the broadcast perspective, I think there's so much work and effort that goes into like everything. Like everything you are seeing on screen has been vetted, gone over,
Dozens
like
of people.
dozens of people with, you know, is this the right move? How do we want to do this, etc. Even if it's like a 30-second thing, you know, like it's something we have spoken about at length, you know. Um, and you know, some people are like, oh, like what's the purpose of that? Why is that here? There's always a reason, you know, and maybe it isn't for you. Maybe it's for someone else. And I think that's also the tricky thing about broadcast, right? Is you have to like speak to everyone. Not everyone's going to be listening, and so
Right.
I would say that is something I would love for people to know more. And just be like, and yeah, sometimes we'll mess up. Believe it or not, sometimes we'll mess up and have like a bad call. But we move on and we don't do it again. And I would say from the player perspective side, um, I think I don't know, like they're all so funny. Like when you because I get to basically what happens like with interviews and stuff like that is they'll do like the walkout arrival, so you see them walking into the building, they'll film that and then they talk to me, and then they would all just see them like interact with each other. I get to speak with them and just kind of like how they like get to like talk with them for a little bit and like see how their day is. I remember this last year it was I was interviewing Sato for Lev, and then the guy finished the interview at one point, and I turn around, and all of a sudden I hear Oki go like, I hear like a noise, and I'm like, what? And then I see Oki tackle Sato, and like,
Oh my
pu- and like
god.
push him, and like he doesn't fall, he just
What?
goes, and King just looks at me and goes, and then keeps on walking, and it's like
Oh my
these are
God.
like their dynamics are so fun and like like and we don't mean this in like a weird way and like they're very intimate, like they work with each other for so long, your coworkers
Yeah.
like you know, and like so they become very good friends, you know, like you see Valen talk about like those are his brothers, right?
Yeah.
um and especially in this industry when a lot of people make judgment calls with very little information or um just like you know, people on like VLR, Reddit, etc., just being like, oh, they did this and they're blah, 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 blah. um I don't know a lot of people who would be as kind as the players that we have.
Mm-hmm.
I would not blame anyone for being a little standoffish or a little, curt even, because it's protection, right? It's a defense mechanism. But the players that I've interacted with, they're so funny, so kind, always willing to chat. Was everyone a chatterbox? No. But like I've only been shown respect from every single person I've spoken to at VCT Americas in my years. And that is something that I cherish, frankly, because it's something I was really nervous about it. I was like genuinely really nervous about coming into a place where like I have to interact with them and like be, this person, but they are so sweet and so kind, and they want to talk. I think that's the other thing. Is like these players, like they want to talk. Like you guys like want to be asked questions, like talk about your thought process and what happened, and like how we can do this. And I think, people maybe don't give them. They kind of just see them as like these little like playing robots, and they must play, and they throw a flash and da da da. But there's some, I don't know. They're so young too, and so much is asked of them, and so many people are watching them, and I think it's just genuinely remarkable. A lot of these, like the young men that they turn into, and so I would love for people to know just how nuanced and human and like genuine these folks are, and treat them as such, and don't treat them like stats on a screen. Thoughts?
+1 vouch. I find that
and clock it.
like, working the desk, I feel like all the like players that I've like met and worked with have been super nice. And I also want to say like something that I think has been really kind of funny, kind of being a little bit behind the scenes and seeing even just something as simple as like walking past a team as they're going to the ready room, is like sometimes, not every player, but some of the most nonchalant people are so funny and so like happy with their teammates. You would be shocked. I won't name names, obviously. And I mean this is in GC, tier 1, tier 2, like I've seen it all. Like I've been to all types of lands. Like I swear the nonchalant people are not as nonchalant as you think, and they're just like happy to be there, and they're super nice too. Like I swear, it's hard for me to find like an exception.
Just an example, like Imi is someone who is a coach of Cloud9. I was terrified of him. Like
I'm dead.
Terrified of him. And like I was like, and I remember like you can go back to my interviews, you can see my like my neck in my first year like tensed with him because I was so scared of him.
No way.
And now I'm like him, like stop, motherfucker, like and like how it like
he's so funny. He's so different off camera.
Right,
off camera,
he's such a real like
funny.
These are like real dudes, and he's so funny. He's so supportive. Same thing with Dre as well, like Andre, Baby Bay.
Yeah.
Like he has this. I think he is like very like, but like, what's up, dude? Kind of like that guy, but he's honest to God one of the most sensitive, empathetic people I've ever met. And he's always, checking in, looking out. If he sees something is wrong, he's like, hey, what's going on? And so I think it's always, what you see is what you get, right? Because it's a product you're consuming, but there is so much more about what's going on and with these players, because everyone's human. Like everyone's so layered, everyone's so nuanced, everyone's so complex, and that's part of the beauty in it. And I think we forget that especially with how we were raised, with how we consume our media and kind of like celeb culture. It's very like kind of like you have kind of like a D&D character. You have your traits, right? And then, like those are only your traits, right? What makes your D&D, your OC wonderful is your RP, is how you put your heart and soul into it, is your interactions, right? And I think especially online, we don't see that in person, and it's a privilege to be able to see them the way I see them, and I don't take that lightly. But I wish I do, I like when fans get to see them and like you get to interact with them afterwards and stuff like that, because it just makes them tangible, right? It makes them real. And I think that matters for them too. It matters for the fans as well, because like these are not just like your controller of the year in Valorant. It's actually someone who like wants to like talk to you about your ranked or games or whatever.
Dude, you know what I thought about? I feel like one thing, I think maybe you can correct me, Liz, because I'm not as boots on the ground for VCT Americas as you are. Like you are there like frequently, and I've only really been a couple times. But I feel like something lacking in Valorant right now from a broadcast, not from a broadcast perspective, from like an event perspective, is like the fan interaction. Because me and Lexi from Counter-Strike, and I swear to God, I'm tell me if I'm hallucinating, Lexi, but I swear to God, they would do like meet and greets and like signings at the venue. like for the like several of the teams. It wasn't just like a one-off or like a couple big influencers and stuff like that. It was like the actual teams. And I remember this year at Champs, me and Lexi were like, bro, we wanted to like show the fans so much love and like receive their gifts, but we couldn't even like physically get the gifts from them. They had to like go through like an intermediary, and there was like no fan interaction whatsoever. And I feel like I don't even think you really can until like the event's over, and then you can have a meet and greet. I'm not sure what the logistics are, but I feel like that is sorely lacking in Valorant. And I just thought, how cool would it be if like, well, maybe at VCT Americas they have like the post game, the players they walk out and the people are there. But I can kind of understand. I think there's a difference between a set meet and greet hour versus sometimes the players want to go home, especially if they lost, you know. Sometimes it's like, love the fans. I'm not speaking for every pro. I mean, I'm sure some people, it's like they love to see the fans after they lose. I've been in that position. I've been in both sides of that kind of position. But I think it is very different from like catching them when they're leaving versus like a meet and greet. And I feel like that's not really, there isn't like the logistics or the support for that right now in Valorant.
I will say, sorry. I just want to say because I was with C9 a lot, not working on the desk, just like because Caleb was on C9. And they are required to do one meet and greet per stage, I believe.
I see.
C9 was one of the teams that just did it every time. So they always had a meet and greet. Yeah. But I think as far as the other teams, I think most of them, because you can't schedule the meet and greet only if you win. Like you have to do the meet and greet no matter what. So a lot of teams will just do one meet and greet off rip, and then they won't do it the rest of the stage.
I see. Because
they don't want to be like, you know, they lose a pivotal match and then they have to go do a meet and greet. You know, like you were saying, it's kind of hard to want to do it when you lose. Yeah. Sorry to just like take over the question. No, but I just wanted to say, because C9 always does it no matter what. Yeah. And there's like ups and downs to that. Shout out to C9. But yeah, they are required to do one for VCT Americas, but I agree for internationals, especially for GCC, because I feel like, I think. Yeah, the internationals definitely, there's like zero opportunities for meet and greet unless it's like, meet tens, and then that's pretty much it.
Oh, I guess something I'd ask you guys is as players, because me as like coming from the broadcast perspective, I would get so nervous about like asking you to do a meet and greet, especially in this game, which it is so prep heavy, because I feel like you guys wouldn't do it and wouldn't want to do it because, and I wouldn't blame you for that because like you have a game to focus on. Like I wouldn't want to be like, and before grand finals, an hour long meet and greet, because like that is a very that's a precious hour of your time. And not saying that meet and greets aren't worth it, obviously, but like I from the broadcast and like event perspective, I would be very hesitant to ask you guys to do that because one, I think you would say no, and two, I don't like. It's also like, when are you gonna do it? Who's gonna come? Like it's because for in America, as like Lexi is saying, they'll do it after the game. Someone will be like holding up a sign as you're walking out, being like, "Hey, like C9 meet and greet, EG meet and greet after the game outside or like on the stage." Doesn't happen every time, but it happens a lot. And Sentinels has like an unofficial meet and greet. They like
yes,
they like, so if you ever come to the arena, you will see after Sentinels games, fans will like congregate.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and then like they'll have like an unofficial thing right there. But
the issue with the unofficial thing is like I'm always looking and I'm like, this feels kind of unsafe for the players, because I'm like, any guy could just, because they're basically like on the way to the parking garage, right? So like anybody could just walk and just be a lunatic. Yeah. That's the thing about like, I feel like if they're going to do a meet and greet, they might as well just do the official meet and greet where they have security, where they're on site, where they're inside, like, you know, fans are going through security and stuff like that. They might as well just do that one if they're going to do an unofficial one anyway. Like that always kind of like rubbed me the wrong way. Not obviously no hate to Sentinels players or whatever for wanting to meet fans. Like that's incredible.
No, let's call a spade a spade.
Taking time.
Yeah, there's a lot of fans. There's very little control.
Yeah.
And like that is, for me, I get nervous in crowds, right? So like I've seen that crowd and I've been like, that is something I would get anxious.
It's a lot of people. It's a lot of people.
Genuinely, I love Sun City. You know I love you. I'm your mayor. I will never let you down. But it is from like just like a pure like logistics perspective. It can for me, I would be like a little scared because I'm just an anxious person, right? But like there are like a lot of official meet and greets. A lot of times people will stay because like players have like media obligations within the building, but afterwards like they'll come out and they'll like say hi to the fans afterwards. Some of them, not everyone. But like 100 Thieves has like a 100 Thieves van that like parks right where that is, and so the 100 Thieves fans will stop by.
Aw.
But yeah, I think it's like, again, like I it would have to like, I don't know, Mel, you're on the Players Association. Like, you ask you guys. Like,
Ooh.
it's like, and I don't mean that in a
Exactly.
mean way. I mean that in just like, I think what
No,
people
yeah.
don't realize about broadcast is like, we are so player focused. And like the things that we'll be like, oh, that player doesn't want to do that, we got to think of something else, without even asking you guys. We'll be like, we don't think they want to do that. We want to make them as comfortable as possible. How do we approach
Yeah,
this?
they try to.
Yeah.
Right.
And so like it's the same thing for me is like I wouldn't want to like just be like, end your meeting, have fun, sit down, you know?
Yeah.
I would
Right.
think it
No,
would
that
have
makes
to come
sense.
from you guys and what you guys were willing to do.
Honestly, I think you guys gave me a lot of insight. I think there's definitely a lot more like at the like individual regional venues. Like there's way more like fan interaction there, to be honest. And I thought like that's actually fucking great. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And I think Masters Toronto, I think they were trying because I want to say G2 had a meet and greet like as a team. I want to say it literally was at the venue like beforehand or something, but like you guys are saying, it is like a matter of like scheduling, and like sometimes it's like for example, if we win a match and then we have a meet and greet the next day, we want to spend that time like prepping probably and like looking forward to the
Yeah.
next
Yeah.
match and not doing like a meet and greet. Like that's super valid.
You do it before the game and you're losing time prepping. You do it after the
Yeah.
game. You run the risk of like having lost the game and not wanting to do the meet and greet. So it's like you have to pick which one you would rather.
Yeah, I guess I'm just a little projecting a bit. Just champs. I felt like there was zero. Like it was.
There was none.
There
Yeah.
was kind of just none. So I guess
It
at
was
that
also.
point,
It wasn't even like, oh, there's no set schedule to do a meet and
Yeah.
greet, whatever. It was also, you are not allowed to go talk to fans. Like,
Yeah, we
if
were not
had
even
the
allowed.
opportunity, we were not allowed to go interact with them.
Yeah.
If they gave us a gift or something, we were not allowed to keep it. So our manager had to go interact with fans undercover, grab, whatever, things that people made for us, and then bring it back to us because we were not allowed to interact with them. So that was
just too
really
far
sad.
of that extreme, I think. You know what's
Yeah,
crazy?
I
Actually,
agree.
I saw a tweet. I don't remember which T1 player it was, but it was a T1 player, and I think like there was a fan that was trying to like give him something, and he was going up to grab it, and I think it was either his manager or security guard that was like, "Oh, you cannot grab that." And
Yeah.
I was reading through like the thread and the comments, and it's because apparently people have been gotten like poisoned stuff before,
Air tags.
or air attacks, poison stuff like hidden inside, and so that's why they like T1 at least it seems like they take it very seriously. And I think in just I guess that kind of spreads just like the Korean like the Korean venue in general, like in South Korea, like they are super hyper
Yeah, I
vigilant.
guess-
I didn't realize that
yeah.
till I saw the tweet, and I was like, okay, I get that, but I guess like I said, there was kind of no middle ground,
Yeah,
and
it's
that
just
was
like
what had me kind
nothing.
of
Yeah.
surprised for sure.
Yeah.
I think it was really funny.
Yeah.
Wait, if I could share one more thing. I thought the part where that made me like really think about this is one, obviously we went on stage and I was like, oh, I want to see, like, I want to, like, there's fans that have literally flown from across the world to come here. That's number one. Number two, I saw that Fnatic had a meet and greet and I was like, wait, the gag really is Fnatic having a meet and greet? And James, I didn't know what's crazy. I wanted to go. I love Fnatic. But the gag is like none of the GC teams having one
Fnatic had a meet and
at
greet and no one else had a
Champs.
meet and
At
greet.
GC champs.
You know
That
what
is-
would have been so
that's
easy
super
too?
funny.
Like as time went on and teams got knocked out, give the knocked out teams a meet and greet. Like
Would
you
you
know what I
want
mean?
to?
Well,
Like,
they want them out. That's the team.
bro,
They want them
actually
out of
true.
there. They want them
Bro,
gone.
the day after losing, I would have done a meet and greet. Like
Really?
I would
Okay.
have had no problem with that. Yeah, I mean, me personally, I don't know how other teams feel, but like, I don't know, just any opportunity to talk with fans because like there's people flying.
Literally
half our
any.
fans flew from fucking New Jersey to fucking come to Korea, literally.
Period, yeah,
and,
yeah.
and we don't even have opportunity to like say hello or hug them or anything. Like, yeah,
I love
I
my country,
agree.
New Jersey.
I love my country,
love-
New Jersey.
I love my country, New Jersey. Yes.
No, why'd you say it like that?
Liz. No, I do. I literally do love New Jersey.
Name three.
Oh.
people
You
from
know
New
I love
Jersey
New
besides
Jersey.
me.
Oh,
You, my agent
Besides
Dave.
me.
My agent Dave, Karn's boyfriend Anthony, and
wow.
there's no time limit.
True. Oh. If there's any Duo Cuties from New Jersey, now is your chance to comment down below that you are from New Jersey. This is your chance. And time.
And Liz, I have a final question for you
Okay.
if you're interested. Okay. So one of my favorite things about you, Liz, is that you use pretty much 100% of your platform to spread positivity and obviously bring awareness to things like body positivity, mental health. Like you're very adamant about spreading awareness about these things. And I was wondering if anything has been on your mind or that you've been really passionate about recently that you would love to spread awareness on the Dookie podcast.
Ooh, that's a really excellent question.
Love that.
I mean, there's a lot. Like, I think I am the friend that's too woke, and like for better or for worse.
Love
It's
that.
for better, girl.
The old days used to call me a social justice warrior, but now that's changed.
Oh my
Back in the
God.
day.
Back in the
No,
day,
we
you
want
know.
someone like
Gosh,
you. I'm
bring
pushing
that
to the
back.
right, so.
Um,
Oh,
I can't.
it's gone. Whoa, I pushed the camera down and to the right.
I think right now, my like a genuine like focus is on equitable representation in like narrative video games. I think this year especially has been really difficult in terms of people just like pointing at someone being like political, like why are you doing that for politics? It's etc. And I think for me, making sure that we have gender representation, racial representation, sexual orientation representation is super duper important. That we don't backslide, right? Like we've made so much progress, and I think it could be a very easy thing to be like, all right, well, that good work, boys. We're tapping out on that one. But I think, this is just as an example in using me, right? But like, you don't really see people my size on, especially when I was younger on television, unless we were like the butt of the joke, right? And people have like come up to me being like, thank you for like holding it down and taking up that space for people who are like not skinny. And I think we just applied like when you see yourself like that matters, when you see, and you just exist and you're not like tokenized, right? That matters. And I think in 2026 I would really 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 love to see like more like, increased diverse cast, and increased representation, and of course like standing up for those games and those casts, etc., what may be, because there will always be people online who are like rah, 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 that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But like just as an example, like Assassin's Creed, right? Like they had a black samurai, and they're like, this isn't historically relevant. You fist fight the fucking Pope in Assassin's Creed.
Let's not talk about
Like,
let's not talk about realism in Assassin's
accurate?
Creed.
Yeah, like be serious.
And I
And it's like
cannot
stuff-
believe that.
And it's stuff like that. Like I really it makes me nervous for like the regression we make in representation, because it affects everyone. It affects whether they realize it or not. It affects everyone. And I want to make sure that, especially when we go into 2026, that we support our representation and we encourage our representation as well, and we consume it, because we're in a world where money talks. So yeah, that's
Absolutely.
what I
Gag it.
Absolutely get behind that, Liz. Let's
Fucking
go.
gag it. Period, queen.
Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
Liz, thank you so much
course.
for being on. Please shout yourself out. Shout yourself
I'm
out.
Liz. If you Google me, you'll find me. Most important thing I want you to do is take time for yourself today and drink some water, some more water for you, and tell someone you love them today. Oh, look at us! Look at us! Oh, mine is so
Wow.
boring compared to you're like your
Wait,
pink
let's
one,
get
your
some
bigger one.
stickers.
Send her a sticker, Lexi.
Oh yeah, you want a Alexis sticker or a SRG sticker? I can send you some stickers. You
Okay,
want?
cool.
It could be their first stickers. That's so iconic. Stop.
Let's do
Yay!
it.
Love that.
All right, period. Thank you, Liz. We love you so
Liz.
much.
I really enjoyed this chat. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having
Bye,
me.
Duo Cuties.
Bye, Duo Cuties. That's quite comment. Like,
That's such a cute name. Duo cute.
That's the end of the podcast.